right, I think we're live. How's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully I'm not talking to myself. It wouldn't be a Votann versus 40k live stream if I wasn't 10 minutes late to my own stream every time I went live. Thanks everybody for joining me. We got some chatters here already. We have 11 people here, 10 people watching. Someone left as soon as I went live. That's fantastic. Always a great start. Hey boss, says Boar. Welcome, welcome. Kalim's here. Chaos King plays. Chaos, I tried playing around a little bit with the color filters that you had recommended for top down. It's a little iffy right now just because the lighting here, I'm on my desk instead of the usual setup. So I think the light reflects a little weirdly here, but big improvement here. Really nice. It's alive, says Victor. And so the stream begins. Yes, absolutely. Can you guys hear me well? Is the volume okay? Is the quality all right? Gifted 1 membership. Oh my God, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Okigdor. Thank you. Very kind of you, man. So one guy left as soon as the stream started, another one donated a membership. The duality of mankind. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate that. Super kind of you. Hell yeah, Saturn ASMR is here. Saturn, when is the collab happening, my man? Let me know. We have Sam SD. We got SD in chat tonight. Awesome. Volume's great. Perfect. Hit that like button. Let's get some likes going. All right, boys. Wow, 16 viewers. Awesome. Everybody's rolling in. Cool. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm just catching up on chat right now. We've arrived, fellas. Stream sounds great. Perfect. Perfect. I'm in same room I usually film in, but now I'm on my desk just because we're going to be doing, I'm going to be changing the view here in a second. We'll be looking at the screen. And I thought it'd be really fun today if we try to make a competitive Hearthband list. Initially, I posted the video and I was like, Hearthbound list. And that just goes to show you how little I've thought about this detachment. But recently, it's been at the top of my mind. So I'm excited to dive in. We're going to cook. Yeah, we're absolutely going to start cooking tonight. Chaos will be back in 10-ish. Yeah, no worries, man. No worries. I'll stall until you return. 19 viewers, nice. How's everybody doing? It's great. Any hobbying going on? So you'll see in front of me, I actually am going to be working on some Votann stuff tonight. I have a kit of Ioneer Hearthguard here. So pretty excited to get these guys built. This will take me to 20 Hearthguard. And I figured, you know what, man? Like, they're my favorite models. So I think we got to try putting 20 in a list. What's up? I'm chilling with you while painting Banshees for tomorrow's game with Peter. Nice, nice. Putting a new aspect host now, 1,000 Suns back on the shelf. Yeah, Magnus was a bad boy the past few games, but I'm scared, dude. I am very scared to face your Eldari. That is some crazy trickery. You will be a menace with that army. I already know. It's going to be something that keeps me up at night. I'm partly making this list in response to my fears of playing against Eldari, so that might be interesting as we go through. You'll learn the tricks that I'm looking out for and what I'm building to counter a little bit. I've had some luck versus it with Chaos. That AP is helpful versus Princes. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Extra AP, I guess, Renegade Raiders. If you're talking about that, is always really, really nice. I think it is actually probably the strongest Chaos that you could build into Eldari right now. Okay, 19 views. Wow. All right. So, all right, listen up, guys. So listen, all right. So okay, Hearthband, all right. Now, I think Hearthband is objectively a bad detachment, period. Now, is it a bad detachment because of the rules? No, it's actually really cool. I like a lot of the, like if you go through these stratagems, you go through like the army rule, you're like, oh, there's something here. Like I can make this work. But the problem, and I spoke a lot about this in my video, so I'll just touch upon it really quick. It's just like some preliminary context here. The problem is that there's no token synergy in an army whose faction identity is based around tokens. So you can kind of see how there's a problem. It's a BS4 army, weapon skill 4 army, and we've lost access to the ability to actually benefit from those benefits. This should help push out the stream. Thanks so much, Saturn, for the $2.79 donation, Canadian. Oh my God, I did a typo. Their stream, yeah, the others are going to be watching this. Thanks so much, man, for the donation. I really appreciate that. Starting it off right, you're going to pay for me to manically talk to you about my vision that I had for this detachment. Really appreciate that. Thanks for coming by. You just bought the kin. Yeah, agreed. Bad detachment because of our army rule. Yeah, exactly, man. So it's like, that's what sucks, right? It's because, and I think this is the second part. Now, in a nutshell, that's it, right? Like, you just look at that isolated event. It's like, oh, we got a crappy detachment. It's a good detachment. It just doesn't really work with our army rules, so it's a bad detachment because of that. Unplayable, basically. And this is not just my own opinion. This is like literal evidence. If you look at stat check, you look at like the win rate, the games played, there's like 0 games played with this detachment since it came out at a competitive level, because there's nothing here. Like, even if it's fine, it's just nothing compared to our index, which is unfortunate. Now, if they just put starting tokens in the army rule instead of Oathband, both would be, yeah, absolutely. Dude, honestly, if they put, what's that enhancement? If they had put Appraising Glare and a long list in this detachment, I'd be running it all the time. But here's the thing, all right? When we're doing Old World, yes, Saturn, you let me know, man. We're going to do Old World. Listen, as soon as they make Chaos Dwarves for AOS, I'm picking that up. We get you a combat patrol. We get you on the channel for a battle report, all right? And then we'll be in business. Yeah, 22 viewers, nice guys. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Wow, everybody here is ready to listen to Hearthband. I guess everybody's super excited for it. Oh, we got Shazam in here, unplayable, but I'm undefeated. I want to take it to my local team's 5 round to go undefeated so I can get some spotlight from Troll. Dude, yes, okay. So listen, I'm happy you said that, because I actually weirdly think, and I'm getting ahead of myself, but listen, all right, so okay, it's bad, right? Because our index is much better, and because it has no synergy with our army rule, which would be fine if it weren't for the fact that we've now been playing with the same index, with the same 15 models for a year and a half. And I think there's a certain level of fatigue that comes in when you're kind of just doing the same thing over and over and over again. And like, Votann isn't a particularly, I don't want to say it's not a particularly exciting army to play. It's just that it's a very straightforward army to play. And there's a limited amount of tricks you could do. There really aren't that many tricks, honestly. And there's a very finite amount of different build variations you can have just by the nature of having such a small roster of units. So anyway, I've been playing the same list now, my triple Landford list. I've been playing that for a year. And I'm exhausted of playing with that list. I am sick of it. And I just want to play something else. And I think when, GW announced the Grotmus attachments were coming out, it's really one-dimensional right now. Yeah, I agree, Aki. It's very one-dimensional. It's just like a super straightforward army. And again, there's like nothing wrong with that. Like, it's good. Like, you play this and you understand the game. Like, Shazman talks about this all the time, right? Like, he went 5-0 with his list because he just understands how the game works. Like, you could take this list and still have the tools to play the game. It's just like, you compare this to what we're seeing with like the Eldari Codex, and it's like, oh my god, I wish I had some of that. So I think ultimately, like, I'm like, just still for context, like timeline wise, we're getting into December. It's like a year and a half the edition's out. I've been playing it for a year now, the army, the same list basically, and it's like, I'm tired. I think a lot of other armies were in the same boat where it's like, we're all tired, we just have our index, we want something new. And then GW rules out the Grotmus, and everybody's really excited because it's kind of like a breath of fresh air while everybody's still waiting for their codexes to drop. A lot of the mechanical flavor of 9th is gone in the 10th index. Yeah. So I think like they really did tone down. To be fair, I didn't play Votann in 9th, but everything I hear is that they really toned down everything, like the killing power, the army's strength, the rules, things like that, and just took it in a little bit of a different direction. I just tuned in. I have a Hearthband list that is 4-0 in practice so far, taking it to an RTT this weekend. Says Jess, nice man. I am also thinking of taking this. I am taking this to an RTT. The list we make tonight, I will take to an RTT at the end of the month, hopefully. I'm missing a couple things. I kind of have an idea what I want to get, and then when I buy it, I will take this in practice and go to an RTT with it. And still building on my history, what I was saying is that the reason for that is because, GW comes out with these Grotmus and it's like, oh, a breath of fresh air. Like, my Codex is coming out in a long time, but I don't care. I have some new toys to play with. And like, almost every single detachment was like totally fun and usable. Almost all of them. except for ours. And it's like, ah, man, like, really, like, I felt like we were one of the people that needed it the most, like one of the armies that really needed something new the most, and we just didn't get that. And again, it's just because of our army rule. And like, you know, everybody's saying like this is built with our codex in mind, and I agree, it probably is, but it also sucks because like, just make it now. Make me play with it now. I don't want to think about playing with it in a year from now. I'd love to just play with it right now, like everybody else is. So, except Thousand Suns. Yeah, Thousand Suns too. Thousand Suns too. Thousand Suns also. They were one of the other ones as well. I think there's probably, like, I would say there are three that probably were like dead on arrival. Like Agents, you know, Agents is Agents. We don't talk about Agents here. Thousand Suns for sure, and then Votann. Like with Thousand Suns, I think it was like, was it just that it was weaker than, like significantly weaker than the index, or is it that it was just like not playable? Because I didn't really look into it too much, but I know nobody's really using it that much. It still has more games played than this one though, than Hearthband. I think if Detachment rule had cows can place a token per model with counterbalance amount of tokens and lack of CP. Yeah, like there's just, it's so incongruous. That's ultimately what the problem is that you have these rule sets that don't actually work with the army that they're designed for, which takes me to my next point. So you look at this army, you look at Hearthband, and you go, okay, these rules are sick, they're kind of fun, maybe they're not great, but I need something new to play, I need to cook some ideas up, I need some stimulation. And then you say, oh man, I actually can't really use this with anything because the army doesn't work well. So all that to say is that I reached the point now where I'm like sick and tired of playing on my Landford lists. And I really do seriously think from the games I've played so far since January started that the Landford builds are significantly weaker. I think there's a lot of things that can just like one-shot one. It's hard to trade effectively with them anymore because they used to take like 2 activations to kill, and now they just take 1. Like for most armies, they just take 1 activation. Like I played against Space Marines, they put the new Oath on it with +1 to wound. An Annihilator picked up a Land Fortress like it was nothing. Nothing. And then with Eldari coming out, it's the same thing. Like the Melta squad, that thing's going to eat through a Land Fortress like it's nothing. And then with Guard as well. Like Guard are a scary threat. Also, I think if they wanted to, they could probably pop a Land Fort too. So with Bridgehead, anyway. Significantly weaker, never used competitively. That's unfortunate, man, because I think Thousand Suns too, they have a really small roster of units, and they probably needed some more stimulation as well in terms of like getting something new and something fun on the table. Thousand Suns is take field for buffs. Yeah, it's like with Necrons, right? Where you have like your zone of control and you get your stuff. E through 3 land forts or 6 side stars and Eldari Fire Dragon unit. Yeah. No, for sure, man. But I think like you at least, I think at the very least, you get more things for them to have to chew through. And I think that's kind of where my mind's going at with this right now. It's like, yeah, maybe it's just because I'm tired of running the land forts because I've been running them for a year. But it's like, yeah, like these things die so fast, and I think I just want more more things. I just want more pieces on the board, and I feel like that's one of the directions we could go in. So anyway, I could probably pop two land forts if you give me the lines of sight when you Eldar. Yeah, like that's horrifying. So don't really like that. So I think, anyway, that's one of the reasons I want to change things up. I don't really want to get 18 bikes because I just really do not enjoy putting them together. Don't really want to do 18 bikes. So I ended up deciding maybe we try something out with Hearthband. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's better than what I would get in Oathband. In fact, I think I could take probably the same list that I would run in Hearthband, run it in Oathband, and it would do better. But I still think there's something here, something probably worth exploring, at the very least, just to change things up a little bit. And I think there's a lot of parts in this detachment that are interesting to me. Just posted my list in the list feedback channel. Okay, I'll take a look at that in just a sec. Let's see what you're taking. This is the one you're taking to the RTT, right? Let's see what you got. Built Dwarf Tough. All right, so you got an Ioneer Champion, an E-Champ. Hold on, how can I open this and share it? Yeah. Okay, sick. All right, so all that to say, I'm going to talk about your list in a sec. I'll pull it up, just going to change my view. So all that to say, ultimately, is that I think if you're looking to change up your list, why not try it out? You could win with this. It's just not as good as with Oathbound. It's not as easy either. But I think there's play. And the reason for that, I think, is I see Hearthband doing really well into some Marine armies. And I think there's an argument that you can make that taking a really MSU style Hearthband list and making use of some of the strat support, like rapid fire on plasma guns, for example, makes basically every unit super lethal to Marines. So building on what was said about team events, I think you could probably honestly make a Hearthband list that's designed to play into Marines, like probably not Ironstorm, right? Like mass vehicles, but like probably pretty well into like, I think it would do well into Blood Angels. I think it would do fine into Ultramarines too, to be honest with you. And I think there's kind of decent play here. Like you just have to switch a lot of the loadouts out. Like even in my main list, I'm going to switch the E-champs to having the axes because like on average he picks up like 4 Marines with the axe. With the mortal wounds on the charge, he picks up a full squad of 5 Marines. So I think like little things like that can be really interesting. So that's kind of like the lens I'm going in here with is I think there's a play. I think you could actually see this on the table. It's not going to be better than Oathband, but I feel like I'm just so desperate to do something new and have some kind of stimulation that I'm going to actually put this on the table and try cooking something up and running it at the store RTT. And hopefully we beat Sam Zeldari. So let's change the view here and we'll take a look at the detachment and walk through some ideas for the list. Nice. Okay, so that should have changed for everybody. Let's take a look at chat real quick because I've been endlessly rambling. Oh, Chaos King Plays gifted 1 Votann membership. Thanks so much, man. That's really kind of you. Thanks for the donation. And it went to Musica Ex Machina. Awesome. Someone else who was just chilling in chat before. That's great. Thanks so much, man. I really appreciate that. Congrats. Yeah, congrats. Hearthguard battle line would be awesome. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I would take like 6 squads of 5 because that's the thing, right? And again, we'll look at the math in a second. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself again. Let's do a quick recap of Hearthband. I'm not going to like read everything and go through the whole thing. I'll just point out some little key things. I'll summarize them because I have this in my other video. Uthar, 2 champs. Okay, that's for the list. We'll look at the list in a sec. I'd come with battle line Hearthguard. 6x5 Hearthguard would be nice. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. Melee people in the face. There ain't nothing cooler than Terminators. Yeah, dude, it's like the Hearthguard for me are the coolest part about Leagues of Votann. If I can't play with Hearthguard, I don't want to play Leagues of Votann, right? Like they're just the coolest thing. So for me, it's like they gotta be here. I wish they were -1. Yeah. Damage to weapons, rip through them. And that's probably, I think probably their biggest weakness is that they're just like worse Terminators because they have no means of mitigating very easy access to damage to weaponry that exists in the game, which is really annoying. Our shop is packed with Marine armies too. Yeah, exactly, man. I'm really thinking about it with the local meta in mind. So there's a lot of like preface to the list to say like this probably won't work well anywhere else, but in this specific environment, I think it has play. Battling Hearthguard would be better if they weren't 150 and 320. Yeah, like they're pretty expensive. Like I think they could definitely not be 320 for a 5-man, for a 10-man. Like they could probably come back down to 300. I'm running 3 Banshee squads for that reason, as 1 squad picks up a full Marine squad in melee on average. Yeah, exactly, man. I think you really need to just tailor to Marines. Everybody's playing Marines now. You go to an event, you're going to run into Marines. I would say you're probably going to run into Marines 3 out of your 5 games. So I feel like if you could play for Marine matchups, like you'll be in a much better spot. Where do I send a list to actually get it looked at and chat a bit ago? So I'm not explicitly going through all the army lists that people post. That could be a good idea. That could be a fun like stream to do. We just kind of walk through the list. Maybe if we have some time after, we could take a look at all the lists. We'll start with just making one now, kind of seeing what we could do. Maybe we'll look at the couple lists that were posted just for some references, and then see what we could end up building from there. In my opinion, in Hearthband, you're going to get most mileage out of cows when you're having them lead the warriors. So, like, yes, you're right in the sense that you will get the most benefit of rules added to that unit, but the problem is that, do you really even want to? Because they're just like one wound models with a 4-up base save. And I feel like, you know, like these guys are meant to die, and they're not really, the output is not really remarkable. So I'm not sure if I'd want to commit a 65 or what is he, 70-point model of Cal onto the 50-point unit of warriors. But maybe like to get access to that 4++, which we'll look at here. Like I don't remember if it's just for Cal-led units or if it's for any unit, the 4++, or if it's just Hearthguard. We'll see in a bit. But like that is obviously interesting, right? Like you throw something out in the middle, they only commit like 5 shots to it or 10 shots. Maybe you pop the 4++, you keep a model alive on the objective. I'm running the benefits of Hearthband Cal Warriors Renaissance Marine profiles. Okay. Yeah, so I guess like maybe in melee, like if you have like the melee weapon, we've seen that in one of the competitive lists. I don't think they attach the Cal to it. Maybe in Hearthband you don't want to do something different about that, but I don't know. I feel like it's about like you're still playing a tradey war, I think, with Votann. Like they're good at that. They're good at playing like a control, slow game of just like trade this, you expose that, I blow you up with like 3 units mid board. So maybe I just have to change the way I think about this to make it work. Okay, so let's take a look at what we're actually working with. 27 people, guys. Wow, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Really appreciate all the support. Don't forget to like the video if you haven't. Leave a little comment, some hearts, and of course subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Okay, so let's get this on screen here. Hopefully this is big enough. All right, so what is the army rule? Each time the Leagues of Votann model makes an attack, excluding blast weapons, or if you're in engagement range, you get to choose who you do it with, and it has to be the closest to legible. So you shoot something that is the closest to you and illegible within line of sight. You get to reroll a hit roll of 1. So it has to be the closest thing to you, illegible. You reroll a hit roll of 1. Also works in melee. If it's in melee, you get to choose which squad that you're in melee with. You get the reroll 1s. So this is good. Like it's fine, right? Like Votann have 0 rerolls, so this increases the consistency a little bit, which is something that I've been feeling we really lack. And Shazman is going to laugh because I'm going to say something soon that he's been saying for a while, and I've actually been an advocate for the opposite. But after losing to Marines, I'm kind of like, yeah, I think I want consistency over randomness or potential to spike, and that's with the Sagittars. I'm kind of leaning towards just running exclusively the missile launchers for flat 3 damage now because I'm tired of rolling 1s on my damage roll. I just want a predictable amount of damage to go through. I don't want to think twice about it and try to have to like gamble on what the output is. So I think that might be the move for at least some of my Sagittars. Anyway, so reroll a hit roll of 1. Now, if you're led by a Cal, a Hearthguard, an Iron Hearthguard, so the E-Champ. Oh no, wait. Okay, the E-Champ doesn't even get the rule. It's just like the Hearthguard squad. Okay, so if you have a Cal, you have a Hearthguard unit or Uthar the Destined, then you get to also increase the AP by 1. So this works in shooting, it works in range. So now suddenly your Vulcanites go up to AP 1, which is fine, but I think that's actually not the intent. I think it's actually kind of begging you now to take plasma guns because they're AP 3 natively, and with this you bump it up to AP 4. So Marines have no save. If they're standing in cover, they save on 6s. If they pop AOC, they save on 5s. That's why I really like this gun in this detachment. So I personally think so far right out the gate, it's saying, obviously, take Hearthguard and take a lot of plasmas because you're going to do a lot more damage with this. So that's kind of like just something to keep in mind as we go through this. Then you got some enhancements here. They're kind of meh. Bastion Shield is probably like one of the more interesting ones. So when something shoots you within 12 inches, it's like Armor of Contempt. It only works in shooting, doesn't work in melee. Yeah, it doesn't work in melee, which is kind of meh, like whatever. But it does help for that, like Bridgehead, again, does a closer deep strike. They try to shoot you off the table. Now they're reducing their AP by 1. So I think this is kind of nice. It's also good for something like versus Inceptors. Inceptors come down, they shoot into you. You're standing in cover, so it's -1 to that AP. You get Bastion Shield, it's -1 to that AP again. And now you're effectively saving on 2s or 3s. So it's not that bad. So I think this one is probably one of the only ones I'd be really interested in. Then you have like Quake Multi-Generator. This one's okay. So you shoot something with a Cal unit and it's -1 to hit for the whole turn, like the whole rest of the turn. So melee shooting is -1 to hit. This one's also cute. It could have some roles, right? Like I think like if you're playing against like Marines, right? They hit on 3 in melee, you shoot them, they hit on 4s now. Yeah, so not bad. I'd probably even try overwatching with this just to get it to proc, to be honest with you. Like you get hit by Blood Angels, they're hitting on 4s instead of on 3s. It could help. So I think this is something that's a little bit interesting. I also think the Plasmas benefit a lot from the rapid fire. Oh yeah, they do. We're gonna get to that in a little bit. Don't you worry, because you want to take 30 Hearthguard. There's no reason not to. I think 30 Hearthguard is a trap. I think 30 Hearthguard is a trap also. I'll show you my initial draft of this detachment of what I was cooking with the list. For the members, you'll see it inside of the member channel on the Discord server. And so I guess for those of you who got gifted memberships tonight, reach out to me on the server and I'll promote you to the member status. And you'll get to gain access to that Discord channel inside the server where all the members are talking. So I posted a list there that I was kind of cooking with at the start. We'll look at it. It's probably going to be a little bit surprising in terms of the direction I went in. Important to point out, it's only the Cal model gets a hit. Yeah, of course, it's just the Cal model who gets the hit. But I would still try. I think the Cal has like 4 or 5 shots on one of his guns, or maybe it's just a 3 on the Vulcanite. But that would be something that's interesting to me as well. Okay. Let's see, what else did I miss? So I ran it, the only game I've played. Cal buffing the kin with Ions was nice. Yeah, for sure, right? Like the Ions are AP2, I think. They're 1 damage. Yeah, like that's okay. I think they're 1 shot only, which makes them a little more like, meh. But I could see an argument for that, right? Like rerolling 1s on 5 shots that are AP2 1 damage. Could do some work. Could pick up a Marine body. Okay, so the next one that we have is Iron Skin. You add 2 wounds to the bearer's wounds. So if you get an E-champ with 5 wounds, he's at 7 wounds now. Yay, he survives an extra plasma shot from Inceptors. Fantastic. 10 points, like whatever. I'm not building around this. 5 points left over, I'll take it. High Cal, 30 points. So like 30 points, man, is a lot. And you get to fight on death on a 4+ on your Hearthguard squad. I don't like this at all. I think it's like super bad. Like it's really bad because first of all, it's 30 points. Second, your Hearthguard only have like 2 attacks each, and it's only on a 4-up. So there's a lot of hoops to get through before you get to land something, and I'm not too big on that. So I think really what I like here is Bastion Shield and Multi-Generator. Anyway, we look at the strats. Breckenauts. So you get a Cal unit, an Uthar Destin unit, or a Hearthguard unit. They get a 4-up invuln save. This is fine. Like this is cool, right? Like it works in melee, which is I think the more impactful phase for this to occur in, because here you lose access to Armor of Contempt. So it works in melee, quite nice. You get hit by something heavy like AP3. You're still going to be able to save it on a 4+. I think it's really nice. A little less valuable in shooting because you'll probably have access to some form of cover. You have a 2-up base save anyway. But still, like it's good. Like this is fine. This is very good. You get better board presence because you could last a little bit longer. The restrictions are what hurt this the most to me. Take them all away and it's at least 50%. Oh yeah, 100%. Like there's no reason why like you can't use it on blast weapons. And in fact, I was even looking at the Land Fortress. I was considering swapping one of the conversion beamers for the cyclic ion cannon, I think it's called. It's like D6 plus 3 blast, and it's AP 2 damage 2, I think. Or AP 1 damage 2. It would be bumped up to AP 2 with this detachment. Oh no, it doesn't, because it only affects. Yeah, see, that's why. I was like, oh, that's great. You know, I can bump it up, but it's like, no, it only works for Hearthguard units. So you can't bump up the AP, and it doesn't even work on blast weapons. So Nothing. You don't even get to reroll the ones. So I think there's no reason to have these restrictions. They're a little arbitrary, but it is what it is. Cal on kin melee squad for the fight on death, says Kalenvir. You're crazy. You're a crazy boy, man. I don't think I would want to spend that's what? That's 70 points plus 50 points. That's 120 points. 150 points. Do you want to spend 150 points for 3 dudes to punch back with 2 attacks that are strength 5? I don't know, man. That's a bit crazy for me. It could catch people by surprise for sure, but that's a bit crazy. I don't think I could do that, because then 150 points you get a 5-man Hearthguard squad. There you go, and that's probably a bit better for your money's worth. But that's interesting. Using bracket knots on warriors is awesome. Yes, so I do think this is you can use bracket knots on your warriors for sure. But the restriction is you have to attach the cal, which is for me that's the biggest drawback for me, is that I gotta invest 70 points into this unit. I keep thinking the cal's 65, which is what he should be costed. He should probably be costed 60 points, honestly, maybe even less, since his ability only works once per cal in the command phase. But yeah, I totally agree. I wish this was a little bit more flexible and you could use it on any infantry unit, for example, right? That would be pretty crazy, except for maybe berserks. That'd be a bit busted, but it would be really cool to use that on warriors. So I guess you would have to decide, if you want to attach a cal, maybe Uthar the Destined goes with them. I'm not big on it, but again, maybe that's why I gotta just change my thinking on this, and we get something a little bit different. All right, so next up we have Unyielding Aggression. So this one is the fallback, shoot, and charge, but strictly worse. So it only impacts infantry, which again, this detachment is kind of telling us take infantry, take things that are led by cows, by Uthar, by E-champs, like Hearthguard bricks, take things like that. So go infantry heavy, I think, is what they're telling you to do. And this is kind of just reinforcing that for me. So strictly worse than the index here, but it's still very good, right? To have fallback, shoot, and charge on an infantry unit like berserks, for example, which I think are key to this detachment. And speaking of which, we see Sure of Purpose, which is one of the biggest reasons why... Oh, did my stream cut? I don't know. Screen went blank. We're back, I think. Are we back? Somebody say hi in chat if we're back. No, we hear. Okay, good. So just a thought. What about 2 E-champs, either for melee clearing or melee anti-tank, since the Hearthguard might be dealing with bigger threats? Yes, Ray. So I think E-champs are solid. I think they're really good. And I think especially if you're going for an anti-marine build, you take the E-champs with the Dark Star Axe. 6 attacks, strength 5, minus 2 AP, 2 damage each. Hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s, maybe 2s if they're judged, and then each one is just clean dead. So I quite like that. You never left. No, the stream is fine. Okay, it's just me then. I've blipped into the warp and I've returned a better man. Okay, so Sure of Purpose here is one that got me really excited. This is strong. This is probably one of the stronger ones in this detachment. So each time you pick a unit, declare it eligible to fight because it charged, you get to do a 6-inch pile-in or 6-inch consolidation. So each time your model makes a pile-in or consolidation move, it can move 6 inches instead of 3. So that's really, really solid. That means, if you're making a longer charge, more things can get into combat, which is nice. But more importantly, after you kill the thing in combat with you, you get to move 6 inches towards, if you could tag 6-inch threat range or 6 inches towards an objective. That's massive. That is really, really cool. And I think this is probably worth building around because this is powerful. Free movement, you get extra threat range because all of our guys move. If you think about it, with this stratagem, you could move faster than walking. Like your consolidation takes you faster than your movement characteristic, which is so funny to me. Dwarves are natural sprinters. Yeah, dwarves are quick boys. They're very fast. So I think this is a solid one. Obviously, contenders here, we need Berserks for sure. And would be nice to have on Hearthguard as well, because of course we're going to be taking Hearthguard because it is the Hearthband Detachment. Materialization Matrices is up next. So this is just a 6-inch deep strike for a Leagues of Votann unit that has the deep strike ability. So this is really your Hearthguard. So your Hearthguard could do a 6-inch deep strike, which is cute. It's cute. It's good. This, I think, has the most potential for if someone is like kind of staged behind center and they haven't actually like gone on the objective, and then you have access to a 6-inch deep strike. Like that's nice if you just want to like land on it and then try to deny them points. But then again, you can't use it with rapid ingress, so you can't even use that to secure your own points. So that's kind of bad. But anyway, it's a 6-inch deep strike. It's harder to screen out. It gets you closer to your enemy. It's fine. You can't charge after you do it. That sucks. But I think it's just fine. What I could see good for this is, let's say in this detachment you decide to go a little bit lighter on bikes. So maybe you just take one squad of 3. You could have maybe a squad of Hearthguard and Deep Strike that have the Vulcanites. And you use these guys specifically for a 6-inch Deep Strike to blow up something on the enemy's home objective that they aren't screening well. So if you get there, 6-inch Deep Strike, you just absolutely nuke like a squad of 10 cultists off the table, they're gone. Or like, you know, a 20-man brick of something, they're all dead. And then next turn you just like advance and you're on the objective. Sure of Purpose can give you a crazy double charge with 2 units of Berserks since it's pile in, not just consolidate. Yeah, you're right, man. You're absolutely right. So you could do that. That I didn't even think about that, but you're absolutely right. So you get 2 units that charge in. So you charge the first one in, you wrap it in such a way that there's only one model from the next squad that could fit in. Then you do your charge, whatever, you get like a 7. You get one guy in, the rest kind of string out, and then they pile in 6 inches and tag something that was probably like 12 inches away from the initial model you charged. So that's pretty insane too. So again, another reason why we need, I think, multiple Berserks to make this work well. If only we had a captain equivalent to reduce CP cost. Yeah, that would be good. But I mean, honestly, dude, like so far, like I'm looking at this and it's like, which strats am I going to be always trying to use? Like this, I will always be trying to use, and it's only going to really come up like, I think turn 3 onwards so far. This, maybe if I absolutely wanted to keep something alive on an objective, and this one is fine if in the case I don't kill whatever I'm in combat with. So I think so far, like this is my big boy that I'm going for. 6-inch Deep Strike is fine, but again, a little bit more niche. And then we move on to Superior Craftsmanship. So this happens in the fight phase. This is a hefty 2 CP, so this is kind of, maybe this is Calum where we want that, that Sergeant ability to reduce the CP down. So in the fight phase, if you're attacking a monster or vehicle, you increase the damage characteristic by 1. And so you might be telling yourself, like, that's amazing, like, you know, put it on Hearthguard, they're damage 2, they go to damage 3, that's great. I'm thinking Berserks here, they go from damage 3 to damage 4 against monsters or vehicles. And I think this is actually really impactful because in this detachment currently, you know, using the index rules of having judgment tokens, you're probably not going to be into something that has 2 tokens, maybe just 1 if you like send things in waves. So you get these guys in and then maybe they have 12 wounds total. Most like monsters or vehicles are somewhere around there, they got 12 wounds. So it would take 4 failed saves to go through in order to kill it, because you're not double judged, it becomes a little bit harder. In this case, it would only take 3 because you're 4 damage apiece. So it makes it a little bit easier for you to kill something. If you have a squad of 5, you have 16 attacks, you need just 3 of them to go through. It's probably going to happen. So I think this is solid. It's 2 CP, very expensive. You're going to have to plan for this in your go turn when you need to use it, but I think it's very good. 2x10 Berserks, good fight. Yep, absolutely. That's kind of where I'm going with this also. I think you just want a hefty chonker of Berserks. This is, our Votann supposed to get more models sometime in 2025. So it's speculated. it's been speculated for a while now that we're getting a second wave of models. The rumors that people have kind of fabricated is that there's going to be a lot of models coming. Like a second wave implies like 5 to maybe 6 different units. I don't know. I'm a little bit more pessimistic. I think we're probably going to get 3. I think we'll get a character. I think we'll get a new unit and like maybe a vehicle. I think that's what we're going to get. We'll see. Hopefully we get more than that. Yeah, you can find this one online as well for free. If you literally just Google Leagues of Votann Hearthband, it'll pop up as like the first link. And then the last stratagem we have is Fury of the Hearth, the one that gets me the most excited. This is the one that gets me the most excited about this detachment. It is that you get to actually run Plasma Hearthguard, and they become a lot more consistent because you only have 5 shots, but now you get 10 shots on a squad of 5. That's pretty good. So shooting phase, pick on your Hearthguard unit, and all weapons excluding blast, whatever, get rapid fire 1. So you just double the amount of shots. And what's cool here, plasmas are 24 inches. They're not just 18, as you might see with other plasma guns. So 24 inches means you get to do your regular deep strike of 9 inches away, and you still get rapid fire access. If you do a 6-inch deep strike into something even further away, then you're still probably going to get your rapid fire access. So I think it's pretty reliable. I think it's very reasonable to say you will always have access to rapid fire once you land, the turn you land at least. 20 shots, Hearthguard from Deep Strike at -4 AP and lethals. Let's go, baby, rock and stone. That is absolutely what it's about. That is where I'm like, yeah, we got to do that. I'm stimming hard on this. I'm like, yeah, 20 shots, rapid fire, AP4. We're going to just melt everything, boys. Rerolling 1s, lethal hits. But I actually think it's overkill. I don't think you need to do the 10-man bricks because of these 5 extra shots. So that's the detachment. It's not crazy, right? Like, I look at these and I'm like, like these are fun. Like the 4-up invuln is very useful. Sure of Purpose is amazing. And then Fury of the Hearth is really good at increasing your consistency. That's kind of like where I'm at. Like the rest are just like good to have. Like it's nice. So I think it's solid. It's like a fine rule set. The enhancements are a little lackluster. Bastion Shield's probably the only interesting one in Quake Multi-Generator. And then rerolling hit rolls of 1, always nice. Army becomes a little bit more consistent. So let's go on new recruit. And I guess like before we go there, what's kind of like the takeaway from this attachment? It's obviously telling you run infantry. It's telling you run things that aren't as reliant on judgment tokens. So try to avoid things that hit on 4 as like the baseline for your utility, like your damage output and things like that, is what I interpret. I think it's telling you go Hearthguard heavy, have fun with it because half the rules here only work for Hearthguard. And then I think it's telling you bring like characters, right? Like bring characters that enhance the output of those units or the durability of them. And you want to get in melee. So I think we need melee units. I think we need Hearthguard units. And I think we avoid vehicles, especially things that are BS4, unless we absolutely need a delivery system. 20 plasma shots. I have done the calcs. 20 average damage on a Hecaton stat line if it has 2 judgment tokens. Yeah, for sure, man. Like they could delete something. They could delete something. The problem, I think, is that you're going to spend 320, 390 points, and then maybe you have an enhance. You probably have Bastion Shield on that unit. So now you've spent over 400 points. You spent 415 points on something that's going to delete a land fortress. It better delete a land fortress at 415 points, you know? So I just think, I feel, I don't know about you guys, like I don't play a lot. Like I play probably one or 2 games a week. The people are pretty competitive with a lot of like high-end tournament players. And I just, the feeling I am getting from what I'm seeing, from what I'm experiencing is that things are getting a lot more lethal. It's much easier to kill things now. And I think from what I've seen, from what I've experienced losing land fortresses like that, I really think you want to keep your total point cost of units as low as possible and take very efficient units that could punch up or survive smaller punches back. I think you just go like pure MSU, man. I really don't even think you need to go that heavy. Me telling you new recruit doesn't have up-to-date points yet, you realizing Votann points still haven't changed since about a year ago. Yeah, we've been playing the same army for a year and a half now. So just give me all the StarCraft units, thank you. Yes, when are we going to get, what were they called? Those dudes, those big dudes in the mech suits. I haven't played StarCraft in so long, but we need more mech suits. Preach, yeah. If you think this detachment should avoid vehicles, what about replacing them with Thunderkin for anti-tank? No, because the Thunderkin are a trap. The Thunderkin are BS4, and if you want to bring in the BS3, then you have to take what's his name, the Iron Master with them. And maybe that works, right? Like maybe it's fine. You get to reroll hit rolls of 1 with them, but I don't know, man. I just think they're very inconsistent. I personally, I love the models. They were the first models I saw that made me buy Leagues of Votann. But I really do not like how they play. They're just too inconsistent for me. I took a squad of 6 with the Iron Master in one game, where in a Crusade game. I brought it in a Crusade game just for fun. I was like, whatever, we're just having fun here. I'm going to bring Thunderkin. I never get to play with them when I play comp. So I brought them. They got a beautiful entry onto one of the flanks. They saw an enemy tank. I think it was like a repulsor or something. It's like, this is the prime target. He overwatched. He killed the 3 little cogs. And like, they're all there healthy. And it's like, oh yeah, you're toast. Sustained hits too, all in. And it's like, it survived. And it's like, why am I running this unit? That's literally its job. Its job is to come there, survive the overwatch, shoot and kill something. It can't even do that. So I don't know. I don't really like Thunderkin for that reason. And they're also just so slow and their threat range so low. I wish they ignored cover. That would help a lot. And I'd probably be more inclined to take them if that were the case. That's not true. 5-man Hearthguard Thunderkin went down in points. I agree with your assessment about small units, man. I'm taking the same approach. Yeah, absolutely, man. I just think like things die too fast now to invest like that kind of points into something. Wow, 39 viewers, guys. That's amazing. Thanks so much for all tuning in to hear me talk about Hearthband, the detachment that went under everybody's unfortunate likeness too, I guess, or excitement. Yo, guys, what's up? What stage of grief in the Hearthband List stage are we in right now? So we're still at the beginning. This is denial, Jordan. So right now, we're still in the denial stage. We haven't yet moved on from this. So I'm kind of I finished giving a recap here, hyping everybody up about why this attachment might be pretty fun. And then now we're gonna go to list building on new recruit, and we're gonna see Hearth bad. No Hearth bad. No. Hearth good. See, we have Hearthguard. This is good. Did you guys know that? I just learned this today. There's Adeptus Ridiculous, great podcast. They have like so many awesome lore videos. Dropped a video today, thanks to my channel members that shared it with me, about the Leagues of Votann. Did you guys know Leagues of Votann have their own song? That's awesome. That's crazy. Just love these guys. Cal with Iron Skin or Uthar. You can't even take the Iron Skin on Uthar because he's a named character. That's just another like feels bad, you know. But Uthar's good. I actually think Uthar is good now into Marine meta, especially because he could survive in Scepter squads. He survives on average, which is massive. That's a big deterrent. Because like I remember running E-champs and it's like they get the 6-inch deep strike, they delete you, they get assassination, very easy. You just need 2 failed saves to die because you have 5 wounds. With Uthar, you have 5 wounds, but you reduce damage down to 1. Now it's a little bit more iffy if you're going to have the reliability, the output to kill it. You have to spike in your damage rolls to be able to kill Uthar. And I think this is actually a solid deterrent piece for some armies. Yeah, the song reads a lot like a Tolkien song in the book. Yeah, I think you're kind of selling me on reading the book, The High Cal. I got to pick that up. Imagine 30 Hearthguard with Plasma, all lethals or mostly lethals, and Uthar kills. And Ray, I think you're just like, give me that Hearthguard, baby. and I understand why. Like, these guys are amazing. I wish, like, I don't think we could do a 30-man Hearthguard list just because there's like nothing else that fits in the list. But I love the excitement. I'm feeling it. Keep channeling that energy. We're going to see how many we could shove into this bad boy, all right? Did Edie Rick have that video? Hadn't noticed. Rick had that video. Edie Rick. 80 Rick. Who's 80 Rick? Oh, Adept is ridiculous. There you go. Have that video. How to know this? Yeah. Oh yeah. Caleb also sent. I think Caleb sent the link too in the general chat. Yeah, I'll start reading after my exam next week. I think we're gonna do a reading club, a book club for this book in the Discord because I'm gonna start reading it too. So I think I'm gonna make a separate channel for the book, and we're gonna do like one chapter every week. We could talk about it. I think that'd be really fun, and it's not a big commitment, of course, either. JPIs are a big problem in our meta, so being able to deal mortals from a flying unit that moves 12 inches is so oppressive. Add in separate list, it's just so, yeah, dude, it's, the JPIs like clean up Hearthguard like it's nothing, unfortunately. It's like really bad. The mortal wounds are oppressive. It's such a cheap unit, it's such a fast unit. Most of the time it advances and charges. Marines are eating very well today. Maybe not today, but in general. They're eating very well right now at this point of time. You need a ton of small units to screen the front and the back. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And you got to play tight, right? Like you can't make the 6-inch deep strike fall through. It's a little bit easier to screen, of course, than the 3-inch, but still, it makes it a little bit tough. I'm going to have to give the Oath a listen. I suck with audiobooks, so I don't want to wait until November. Kindle. Non-sponsored. Kindle. Get an ebook. Then you get everything, all the books you want. Sometimes free, but it's very good. If you know where to look. 3 E-Chams, 3 Cal, 1 Uthar, 30 Guard, and 60 Kin. that's something. That is, so if I had access to that, I would try that out for you, David. I would run that. That's actually quite funny. The lyrics match a lot with an Irish national songs versus anthem. Not sure which. Yes, I heard that as well. I think they mentioned that in the video which anthem it is. Honestly, it's pretty good. Like the only line in there that was a bit like cringe felt like when they said like they said the name, they said Votann in the song, and it was like like they said the name, they said the thing. But I think besides that, it was pretty good. I actually quite liked it. It was nice. It felt like Jordan said, very much like something out of Lord of the Rings, which was cool. That 4-0 list beat Sisters, CSM, Grey Knights, and Drukhari. Yeah, that's pretty. So it's interesting that you beat these matchups, like Drukhari, Grey Knights, and CSM especially, because they're generally aggressive armies. And that's where I think Hearthband shines the most. I think it's very good into armies that run into your face, and then you get to dictate how you want to set up your reroll hit rolls of 1, for example, your extra AP and things like that. I think it's very good into that, and you become less reliant on tokens because they kill something on that first push, and all you really need in this detachment is a +1 to hit, and then you pick them up and you rinse it. Anyway, so let's move on to new recruit and see what we can make. And these are all my lists that I've been working on. So let's call this one live stream Hearthband. Jordan, when are we getting the Rock Band detachment? Any news on that? We get the Hearthband out over here. Okay, great. That song made me want to build Votann, and I realized your stream was a bit too late to build models on, so I got sad and built a Marine. Traitor. Yeah, no, that's fine. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to build these guys either. I'm going out of town for a week next week, and I want to bring all my Votann, all the Votann I want. I'm gonna bring everything with me, and I'm just gonna play a bunch of games and try different Hearthband lists out, and into really hard matchups because I think I'm gonna be lined up into Death Guard right out the gate, which I think is brutal for this detachment especially. So we'll see. Whenever new EC gives us the equipment, yeah, you're gonna have to raid their bits box. Okay, so what's essential here? So I think like right out the gate, I want obviously some warriors, and the loadout here, I don't think it matters all that much. I could see an argument for going kin melee weapons here. To be honest with you, I'm not married to it. What do you guys think about this? Maybe what we'll do is we'll kind of just put like the essential pieces in, then we could work on the loadouts. But I think right out the gate, I definitely want at least one squad of Hearthkin warriors to sticky. And because of that, I need one Sagittar to split them up. So this is at minimum what I'm taking here. the white background is a statement. Yes, I could make that night mode, I think. I don't know how. Is it this? No. Is it this? Hold on. Winter. Oh, winter's nice. Winter's cute. Ghost. What's the difference between ghost and dark? Ew. I like ghost more. Okay, that's good. I like that. How's this? Everybody good with this? Doesn't burn your retinals in your eye? You're good? Your retinals. I was like, why did I say retinal? And it's because I'm using retinol as a skincare product. Your retinas. A long day of work. So where are we? Where's the live stream one? Every Votann will start with 1 Sagittар, 10 Warriors, 2x3 bikes, 10 Jaegers. Yeah, that's probably where we're going to be at. So I agree. Definitely we want 1 bike in for sure. The bike just screens the backfield. It goes up and down and it gets me like deploy homers, hopefully if I draw at turn 4 or turn 5. So 1 squad of bikes, I agree, stays here in the list. Man, I really do not like the dark one. I prefer when it's bright and it burns my eyeballs. It's so hard to see. Let's throw a Jaeger in just for now because I suspect we're moving away from land fortresses here, and I'm probably going to want to have a lot of more things that have scout inside. Oh my god, guys, I played the worst Crusade game. I've only played 3 Crusade games in my life, but I played the worst one in the last matchup I had. The rules that were like drawn for that mission was no scouts, no infiltrates, and -2 to your move characteristic when you cross into ruins. I'm playing Votann. Didn't go very well. So yeah, I think I like this for now. These are like the essentials. We could always adjust as we go along. At least 1 cal for character warlord requirements. I agree. I think 1 cal could be good for now. If we go with like a 10-man brick. Run as many warriors as possible. Throw 5 mans at the enemy as quickly as possible with solo cals in the 3rd story ruins to dump out tokens. That's crazy. But that doesn't work because you can only give a single token out per turn, even if you have 3 cals, which is really cringe, but an oversight. Anti-Votann Crusaders. Yeah, I felt a little targeted, but yeah, I lost round 2. And the guy was like, I can't believe you lost so fast. I was like, I can't move. I can't do anything. I got to advance to get on the objectives, and I can't shoot you after I advance or charge. I can't do anything. Fun times. Crusade's wild. So I like this. Now, I think now we can skip ahead to some of the meat. Like, this is probably the essential. Like, we have 1 character here. We have the Hearthkin. 1's on the home objective. The 3 bikes are screening. They're screening against Sam's warp spiders that are going to jump in and just flame them to death. So they're screening there for now. 10 Jaegers, I think, is fine to establish some midboard presence on an objective. We're like behind some ruins. And I think now we go into the meat. So the list is obviously telling you take Hearthguard, right? So I'm going to throw 3 squads of 5 in right now. I'd rather take Uthar on the Warriors, to be honest. I think I would probably go Uthar on the Warriors if I had to pick 1 character to lead them. I think that's probably better, but then it's a little bit more expensive. No, I don't think you're crazy. I think if you are going to take one, I think I'd probably take Uthar also, just because a bit of a better delivery system for him, and he does the dev wounds, so he's kind of like, you get the kin melee weapons, you get him, and it's like you could actually pick up a Marine squad with 5 guys in Uthar. Kind of cute. My Warp Spiders lost dev wounds, also 30 points cheaper though. How are they cheaper? They move like 45 inches. That's crazy. But yeah, losing the dev wound sucks. And I think now it's also you roll a dice for each guy, right? Instead of just 1 for the squad, which I admit that unbiased, but I like that. Uthar with Warriors and Medipack. You guys are crazy. You guys are all crazy. You went way too off the deep end. Hold on. Already we're doing something insane here with Hearthband. Let's see what we could cook up. So I got 5 Hearthguard squads. They all got to be led by someone, right? So we have a Cal here I think I like the E-champs. I think if you take a Cal, you take just a single one because there's no added benefit to this. And I think for loadouts here, we take plasmas. I personally think we go teleport crests on all of them. I do not think a single one starts on the table. And again, like I said, this list I think is good into marine kind of matchups, and into kind of anything else, it's gonna likely lose. Like if you go against like triple Catan Necrons, you lose. It's an auto lose. You don't have the rate of fire to put down a Catan here. But that's fine. We're building this for a marine army because everybody's playing marines right now. Reapers and Banshees is where it's at. Yeah, I saw a dude was 3 models in a single flicker jump. Yeah, that's absolutely brutal. Would love if they updated Uthar's rule to be able to make an unmodified roll of a 6 for anyone in his unit instead of just his model. Then we could run him with Magna Rail rifles and warriors. Oh. I like where your head's at, man. That'd be good. No, can't limit it to 500 points in reserve. No. So you definitely could do this. It's 1,000 points total in your deep strike. These guys are going to come in from deep strike, not the regular strategic reserves. They'll be in deep strike reserves, which, yeah. Are they called reserves also? I think they're both called reserves, but this is a deep strike. So these guys could come down from deep strike. It's up to 1,000 points. It's more than the 5. Yeah, so you're good with this. For deep strike, you're totally fine. You could come down with I think it's up to 1,000 points. It's just regular reserves, I think, is limited to the 500. Yeah. Anything with invols reduces the plasma's damage way too much. Yeah, absolutely. This loses hard. You run this into Catans, you lose the game. You run this into Necrons, you probably lose the game too. This is designed for Marines. You play into Marines, and I want you to make them afraid to face the wrath of the lowest win rate detachment in the game. The strat reserves is for walk on the board and is 500. Yeah, exactly. 3 times champ. Colin says 3 times champ. I think if we're running 3x5, yeah, we probably want to go with 3 champs instead here. Just for now. We might adjust. Now, anyway, so this is like solid trading pieces, I think. Like the Hearthguard come down, and the math is like you pop a rapid fire 1 on the plasma, and even if something is not judged at all, you pick up a full squad of Marines. Pretty good. I think for melee weapons, of course, you still stick with your hammer here and the mauls. And for the E-champs, I am taking Darkstar axes on everybody but 1. I'm taking Darkstar axes on everybody but 1. Everybody but 1 gets a Darkstar axe. And the reason for that is because a Darkstar axe on its own can have the E-champ wipe a squad. So if by some chance you get into combat with 2 Marine squads, the E-champ should clean up 1 completely alone with his mortal wounds, and his Darkstar axe, and then the rest of the gang could just decimate at wounding on 2s naturally for being strength 8 any other Marine bodies that they touch. So this is a very strong counterpunch threat. They send those JPIs out for something on the objective, your Sagittar, your warriors. These Hearthguard come down, they rinse him, no problem. 3 E-champ, 1 Cal, 2x10 warriors, 2x5 berserks, 10 Hearthguard, 2x5 Hearthguards, 2x3 blacks, 1x10 Jaegers, 4 Sag. That's not bad. That's not bad, Colin. I think we're kind of headed in the same direction here, because next on the list, so we don't need a land fort. We're not delivering these on the table. They're all coming down from deep strike. We have 2 that could play with rapid ingress if we want. They honestly might not even have to, but we could play with rapid ingress. And then this 3rd one could use the deep strike 6 inches if we want for backfield. I'm open to having 1 with Vulcanites, but I think it's just not good without access to rapid fire 2 or rerolling wound rolls. So I think I'm going to probably keep it on a plasma, but if you guys are interested in having this swap out, let me know. We could change it. I think that's fine as well. Put it backfield. You go for what usually holds backfield for Marines. Those guys that have the 12-inch bubble of no landing. But I think also, like, this list could be fine into other armies too, to be honest, when I'm thinking about it. You still have, like, the grenade launchers on the back. It's still a lot of shots coming out. I think this could probably still have play into other armies. Just, it loses hard to, like, strong 4-up saves, probably. We're going to test it out. Darkstar Axe also benefits nicely from the 2 CP strat. Yeah, it does, man. It really does. Is it strength 5 or strength 6? I always forget. Let me see. The Darkstar, it's strength 6. Wow, that's actually really nice, man. So you're winning most vehicles, like lighter vehicles on like 5s. You're going to bump up to damage 3. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So we have a Hearthguard unit on board. Let's say it's a 10-man wild, I know. Would you rather it be the Quake multi-gen brick, the Bastion shield brick, or Uthar's brick? It depends the context. I think if I had a 10-man brick, I'd probably take the Bastion. It's either the Bastion or the -1. You know what, man? It's probably the -1. I think I'd go with the -1 over the 4++. There aren't that many things that are gonna pop you to like a beyond the 4 or 5, and then you still have the native 5 from the Cal, which is like the max amount of AP you'll get. I don't know. I have to test. I've never run it. I've never run this detachment. I never even thought about it until I had a dream last night that there I was at the table just decimating Sam's elves, and I'm like, this is it. This is how we win Warhammer. And now we're doing. No, I'm joking, but I just think that there's definitely room for trying things out and experimenting. Let's have like a skeleton here of what we want, and then we can kind of like maybe make a different variation, a couple variations to tweak. And then we'll test all these lists out and see what we land on. How about some Thunderkin? The Thunderkin are like so iffy for me. I just think they're too inconsistent, and like they're not a bad profile into Marines, to be honest with you, at damage 2 AP2, but cover and armor contempt makes them AP 0, and they overwatch on 5s, which is nice. But it's D6 blast shots, which is I don't know if it's going to be good or bad. That could be something interesting. Maybe like I'd have to do the math. I don't know if a 3-man. I think a 3-man shooting was a 3.57, 11.5 shots on average. You're hitting on 4s, so you get like 5 or 6 that go through. You're wounding on 3s, so you get 4, and then they're saving on 5s. So you kill like 2 Marines on average if there's no tokens involved, no armor contempt, and no cover. I don't know, maybe a 6-man brick is like a backfield overwatch threat. Could be good for like aggressive armies. That could be interesting. I don't know, what do you guys think about that? Do Thunderkin have 3 damage? No, Thunderkin, they do have 1 gun that's 3 damage, but it's a single shot. But it has a conversion keyword, so it crits on a 4, and it's D3 shots extra. It's a little bit weird. Is it damage 3? It might be. I think it's damage 3, that gun. Not getting that extra AP or reroll 1s makes Thunderkin just not great. And oh my god, you're right. They don't even reroll 1s. See, that's like a limitation, right? It's like, no, they don't reroll because they have blast. Like, oh my god, that's so annoying. You're right, because that would actually be pretty clean if you could. Yeah, you can't. That's a good call out. I do really like the idea of 10 Hearthguard with Plasma and a Cal and Hearthband, but also I feel weird about 10 strong units. Useless, it's Berserks. Can you make a squad of 9 with flat 3 damage? No, I think the max is 6 you could go. Which, again, it's like not terrible. It's 6 shots, but then they crit on 4s. Hit on 4s, crit on 4s. We could run the math on it. I'm open to trying it out. I have the models. I'm open to trying it out. No rerolls with the Graviton. They do with the Beamer. Yeah, so the Beamer might be... Are we actually going to run a conversion Beamer squad of Thunderkin? That's crazy. You guys are insane. Never in my wildest dreams. Oh my god, the conversion Beamer is AP1. Oh my god. Conversion Beamer is AP1. Why? Why is a 3 damage weapon AP1? 1 shot AP1. Doesn't ignore cover. No, okay, boys. The conversion beamer dream is dead. And I don't think they benefit from... No, they don't benefit from the extra AP. No. Conversion Beamer's dead. Conversion Beamer Dream is dead. We're not doing it. It's gone. It's gone, boys. It's gone. Tell GW to increase the AP 2 times, and then I'll consider running it. AP 1 sucks. Yeah, AP 1's bad. It's out. It's out. It's out. It's gone. Okay. So where are we at? So we still have. So we have like our heart. We have the heart of the Hearthband list. We have our 3 squads of Hearthguard here, each led by a character. Now let's say we go in that direction. We want to increase 1 squad to 10, because I agree. Like having like a mid-board bully that just soaks some firepower could be nice. And in which case, I think we swap one of the E-champs out for a Cal, and then we take in one of the enhancements. I'll just go like, my preference would be Bastion Shield, gives it a little bit more survivability, but I'm open to doing Quake Multi-Generator for the -1 to hit as well. And now I think the detachment is still, you know, it's begging you to take melee units, it's begging you to take things that want to get into combat, no vehicles. So I think we go with more infantry, we go with Berserks. So I'm going to throw in 3 squads of Berserks, 3 5-man squads. And this is my controversial opinion. This might be the part of the list that takes it from having some play into other armies to maybe just being good into Marines. I kind of really like the Plasma Axe. And Jordan sold me on these a while ago, and I doubted him, but I tried it out, and I kind of really like them. They hit on 3s natively, which means if something gets a token, they hit on 2s, and they're strength 6, so they wound on 3s. If they're double judged, you still wound on 2s. 2 damage flat, AP 2. 16 attacks total. Pretty good. You have a sweep profile as well, double the attacks. So now you have strength 4 attacks. You have 32 strength 4 attacks, AP 1, 1 damage. So that's pretty cool too. Into some other armies, maybe if you're playing against like Khorne Demons, for example, they have a very poor save. You just pick up a squad of those dudes with the horns there, the bloodletters, like it's nothing. So I kind of like the heavy Plasma Axe, but I could understand that there are a lot of three wound profile models in the game right now. Like think about possessed squads, for example, that come to mind. Inceptors again, Terminators. I don't know if people run Terminators, but Terminators are, you know, they do exist at 3 wounds. That sounds strong. Yeah, I kind of really like that. Just 5ers on the Berserks. For now, just 5ers, but I think we're going to have to go increase them for sure. I'm kind of thinking, like, I feel like you go 2 directions. I think you want to have max squads of Berserks and max squads of Hearthguards. You want 3 sets of each. And I think it's, do you want to have the Berserks be like the bulk, so like 10 mans, or do you want the Hearthguard to be the 10 man? So I think if you have it's just for points, right? Like I think you either go with Berserks as like that frontline bruiser, or you go with the Hearthguard as like that bruiser instead for that midboard presence. I feel like you probably want to have the bigger Berserk squads, to be honest with you. Plasma Axes on Berserks are fun. I think this list needs 3 damage melee to punch up, or at least 2 units with hammers, 1 with axes. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I won't fight you on that. I think you're right. I think we definitely need some damage 3 weapons. So let's go Mauls. And of course, we're going to take the mole grenade launcher here. Whatever. I'm not going to bother configuring. It has a mole grenade launcher. And then we'll take 2 with the Mauls. We'll take 1 with the axes. 1x10, 2x5 Berserks. Yeah, that's probably what we're going to do. Eric, night guys, have fun. Thanks, Eric. Really appreciate you tuning in, man. Hope you like the stream. I'm not sure you want to focus too on infantry due to lack of CP. Yeah, I think, like, I don't think I want to take too many vehicles. But now we get to the next point. It's like, now we need to deliver these guys, right? So the Hearthguard are fine. They don't need a delivery system. The Berserks need one. This Hearthguard squad has one. So I think it becomes, we take Sagittars, right? Like if we're not running 10 mans, we take 3 Sagittars for these. So let's see what that looks like. 1, 2, 3. So now we got 4 Sagittars that are going to be transporting a squad of warriors. They'll be transporting 3 squads of 5 Berserks. We have a 10-man Hearthguard Brick and Deep Strike, 2 5-mans in Deep Strike. Everything has plasmas. So these are all AP2. And then we have Jaegers as infiltrators and some characters that are leading them. Very like anti-marine characters. Are vehicles even an option with our little legs? Not an option. Yeah, we do need some vehicles. I think we go with the Sagittars here. And I think, honestly, man, I think we go with the L7 missile launchers because I'm tired of casino guns disappointing me every single time I play them. So everybody's running damage 3 weapons on these. Everybody. You have possessed in my face, I'm shooting you with 2, 4, 6, 8 damage 3 shots that are going to wound you on 2s. You know, deal with it. AP3 also. Looks like 4 units want Sages. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. We should be good, right? Yeah. So these guys, like, one's going to stay on the home objective. One guy gets in. These 3 get in. And then we have our hammers. So it leaves us with 125 points, which not bad. Like that is a few to work with. So what could we do with 125 points? We can add launchers on 2 highlight. Okay, Aaron, fine. Just for you, we're gonna do a high-las. Just because you asked nicely, we'll do a high-las on 2, and we'll do the L7 on the 2 other guys. That's the member privs. So that made the first cut. Bikes, yeah. So bikes, we could do another set of 3 bikes. And that leaves us with a very awkward 35 points. I'm not taking the 30-point enhancement. You can't pay me to take that. And so it leaves us with a very awkward number here. Do we have anything for chasing secondaries with action monkeys? So we're a little bit light on that. We have the Jaegers that could play area denial turn 1. They could play for like one of the side objectives, like homers if we want in the center of the table, although, 2 points, potentially they could do containment on their turn, or like a no man's land, recover assets, but they're very vulnerable to dying. I don't love the Jaegers for that, but let's say they're here to potentially get us like area denial right out the gate, right? Somewhere close to the middle. The bikes could be, in this list, the bikes could probably play for those side actions. Like, I wouldn't mind using the bikes here to score some of the secondary actions on the side of the edges of the table, just given the nature of the list that these Hearthguard are all in deep strike. So we have like uppy down threats in the sense that things will be like, our opponent needs to screen us out. And I don't mind having that. 35 points for Met Enhancements. The extra wound is nice. 4 L7s, our missiles will blow out the sun. 2x10 warriors, 2x4 Sagis gives us at least enough to at least cover some zones and stick some objectives. So we could. So I think we have that as an option, but we have to cut. So do we cut the Hearthguard brick, the 10-man Hearthguard brick, do we cut it down to 5s? That's the question. I think this list wants to go for control over damage. Yeah, it's definitely more control, for sure. Like, we have these smaller Hearthguard squads. There's a lot more trading pieces. It fights over objectives pretty well, I think. The 10-man Hearthguard brick, honestly, I think is like... I would like to test it first without a 10-man brick. Obviously, my heart is saying take a 10-man brick, of course, right? They're so beautiful on the table. I'd love to take a 10-man plasma brick. But it's like, is it necessary? I don't know if I need that staying power in quotations, because it still dies very quickly. But that's something interesting. Cut Berserks. Ugh. I don't know. I don't want to cut the Berserks, man. So is the main plan to take control of the center of the board with this army? No, like this, I think this army still plays like a decent control game, to be honest with you. I think it just plays like a nice trade war, except you're using more efficient pieces. Like, everything here can kill 2 things in one go. Well, not everything, sorry. The Hearthguard can kill like 2 to 3 things in one activation, which is kind of nice. So cut the 10, 5, add more Berserks. Let's see what that looks like. Let's see what that looks like. Did I mess something up? No. 4, 5, okay. So we freed up 200 points. So we could get more Berserks. So we get a big 10-man brick. I would like to have 2 squads of warriors. I feel like we're kind of sacrificing, like we're trading some damage here for warriors. We're trading away utility for damage. Hearthband is a trade war. Every time they kill something, you get stronger. Yeah, basically, man. Basically, I agree. You aren't going to get as many good results with MSU Hearthguard in the lists. I actually disagree. Because I think they trade very effectively in this detachment specifically because of reroll ones and sustain and rapid fire. A squad of 5 with rapid fire, no judgment tokens, always picks up a squad of any 5-man marine bodies in the game all the time. And that's like not even shooting like the missile launchers, right? Like you pick up a squad of 5 all the time. So I think they're actually quite good at trading and they're cheap. Like they will die for sure, but they will probably take 2 activations to kill, which means one thing gets 2 things out, and then you punch back again with Hearthguard to pick up 2 of them, and it's just like you kind of whittle your opponent down. You don't realize how close you are to my list. Should we just pull it up and see how close I got to it? But okay, at least I'm not crazy. Like we're kind of like going in the same direction here, right? Like this there's something here. I'm not crazy. I would love to get like 10 more warriors in, but I don't want to lose anything else. So frustrating. Maybe we cut the Jaegers. Is that crazy? If we cut the Jaegers, we could get warriors in, but I still can't fit another Sagittar, which makes me sad. I think 2 warrior units would be great. I think so too, man. I actually think they'd be good. Let's see what that looks like. I know I need to cut them. I mean, look, we can always keep the list like this, and one Berserk squad starts on the table and then uses like whatever Sagittar spits out the first warrior squad to trade, that Berserk squad just gets inside of the Sagittar after, right? Like I'm thinking like if we go to like, let me go to like, I don't know, Pariah maps here. The Pariah Nexus Tournament Companion. Like let's see what this looks like. By the way, it's worth mentioning, I play on WTC a lot. So I don't know, we're gonna start playing on GW terrain, so GW is still quite new to me. But we'll use this as an example because I feel like it's a little bit more accessible, and for some reason the WTC map pack takes like 10 years to load. So let's see. Like layout 1 is a pretty classic map. Let's say you're doing something like Crucible, right? It like cuts down the middle here. You have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's like 5 inches clean to get your Berserk squad that's like in this ruin out, and like you advance it, even if you get a 1, it moves 6 inches, and then if your Sagittar is like staged here and you spat warriors out onto this objective or like in the middle, or if you have one here, for example, staged and they're inside here, the Berserks, they could just walk out, get inside after the first warrior wave comes out onto this objective, and then you have your Plasma Axe counterpunch to take care of those JPI that killed your warriors. That could be interesting. It looks like it works here. What do you guys think about that? Is it a bit risky with like the indirect that's in the game? I lost everybody. Hold on. There you all are. Jaegers are so good. Yeah, I know. I don't want to cut them. Yes, it's crazy. I like that. Yes, it's crazy. which one is it? 4 Sages need the Jaegers. Yeah, I agree. I think that was crazy to want to cut them. The list kind of has a base template of 2 Cals, Uthar, 2 Warriors, 4 Sages, and you kind of have to build around that with Champs or a number of Hearthguard. 1 Berserk unit on the table is fine. I've done that quite a few times, and while it can be kind of annoying, it has been worth it. Layout 8 is just the worst. Which one's layout 8? Let me see. Oh my god. What is this? Oh my god. I don't know if Sam is here, but Sam, if you're here, check this out. We're going to be playing on this soon. This looks fun. What is this? I guess you can't fit a Sagittar here or here, so you gotta run everything down the middle or stage from here and throw things out. Like, are we bad here? I don't know. This kind of looks nice, no? From here, you stage well. Nothing could interact with you. You just send wave after wave of things out. It's not too bad. 6-inch deep strike's nice here as well. Now take this list and make it Oathband. No, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say the secret. No. We don't do that. Don't reveal the secret. That at the end of the day, anything you build in Hearthband would be just better if you ran it inside of Oathband. I'm pumped for GW. Yeah, me too, dude. I'm pumped for GW. Looks fun. Okay, so back to the list. So I think this could work. It's not perfect. I feel like we're missing something here that it's not clean. There's something a bit off. I think I would like to have that 10-man brick in this list. Fire lanes are short. Yeah, fire lanes are very short. 8 is bad for Oathband. Maybe it's great for melee focused Hearthband. Yeah, I think it might be good for Hearthband. We're team Hearthband tonight, though. All right, how do you guys feel about this? Give me like, how do you guys feel about this on 10? Let's say, like, how comfortable do we feel with this list as being the baseline to practice and iterate from, or is there some other stuff we should change? Like, I don't know how I feel about like the 1 10-man brick and the 2 5s. Maybe they should all just be 5s, or maybe we just run 2 10-man brick. Oh my god, I even forgot. Wait, we have a 10-man brick. We can't fit this in anything. That's why it felt off. This 10-man Berserk squad doesn't fit in anything. We need a land fortress to deliver this. Do we want to include a land fortress? Ugh, not really. You're missing 30 Hearth. Ray, Ray, if you want me to run 30 Hearthguard, I don't think we'll be able to fit any trading pieces. How many points is that? 30 Hearthguard and characters. That's like 400. That's like 1,200 points of Hearthguard. 1 times 10, 1 times 5 Hearthguard. Ugh, maybe that's what we do. But I think I'd rather have more of the Hearthguard. Let's see how close we got to your Warriors are the trading piece. Yeah, the Warriors are the trading piece for sure. No land for it, but also yeah. No land for it, which is a bit sad. I wish we could fit 10 Berserks in something else. That's cheap. 2-man Hearthguard, 1-man. 2 10-man Hearthguard, 1 5-man Hearthguard. I think you guys just love Hearthguard, maybe even more than me. That's impossible. But I understand where you're coming from. I wish it could work. Maybe it does work. I haven't tried it. Maybe I'm going to test this out and I'll say, yeah, like the 5s are kind of meh. Oh, wait, we could free up points. I think if we take 5, we don't need Bastion Shield on a 5-man. And we don't need the Cal either, which means we could take an E-Champ instead. And now we free up 40 points so we could have the others go with Cals for lethals. 5-stack Berserk, sacrifice a Pioneer. Maybe we sack a Pioneer, eh? I think we sack a Pioneer if we're running 2 squads of 10 Warriors, because they're gonna. To be honest, I would use the second Pioneer. Like, these guys would screen, and I would use 1 to get like containment if my Sagittar needs to. So maybe we sack 1. Large units are a trap. I think they are. I really think they are, man. It feels good to have a big unit, but it just like it overkills, and then it dies to like a tiny thing after. I think I'm gonna stick with the 3 5s to try this out, see how that feels. So now we freed up quite a few more points here. So we have 1, 2, 3 Warriors need to go inside of a vehicle. So that's 3 vehicles. And then 2 Berserks have to ride in a vehicle as well. So we need another Sagittar. And that takes us to 1985. And at that point, I don't want to start a 10-man Berserk squad on the table, guys. I don't feel good about that. Yeah, I don't feel great about that. If we take it to a 5, we free up another 1885. And then we could do clean 6 Sagittars. 6 Sagittars, 1 squad of Pioneers, Jaegers, 15 Hearthguard, 15 Berserks, 20 Warriors, and then 3 E-Champs leading everybody. Clean. Hi, lass. Another Aaron. Aaron, what should the gun be on this one? Hi, lads. Maybe MSU all the way. All the way. What if you don't attach characters to the Hearthguard? Oh, you're crazy, but I would be lying if I said it didn't cross my mind, man. I'd be lying. Because you know what, man? It's 3 more activations, and each E-Champ can kill a squad of Marines on their own. That's insane. Jordan, you're insane. You're a visionary. You're a visionary, man. That might honestly be the play. That might be the play. Beamers, hitting on 4s. Hope for those 6s. Yeah. Oh my god, wait, I'm thinking about this now. I don't love losing the -1 to wound, but you're right, because like if I'm playing a control trading game, like doesn't matter. I get 3 extra pieces. I get a heroic intervention character that does mortal wounds on the charge and then picks up the whole squad when he charges in. Like that's kind of nice. Okay. 2 E-Champs, 2x10 Warriors, 3x5 Berserks, 3x5 Hearthguard, 2x3 Pikes, 1x10 Jaegers. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But wait. Colin, if I make that adjustment, I get the extra bike. I see what you're saying. I get the extra bike, but I have 25 points. Is there like anything good? No, that's like not great. Then I have an awkward number here. I'll concede one thing, going 20. I'm out. See you tomorrow. See you, Sam. Take care. Thanks for tuning in tonight. And for the banter, always a good time with you here. Thanks so much, man. Catch you tomorrow. I'll concede one thing, going 25 guards with 2 warriors. 4 Sage lets you take a Thunderkin unit and a Jaeger. No Thunderkin. You guys are crazy. They just don't trade well. Are we going MSU style now? I think we've always been kind of going MSU. I think the meta is MSU now. I've played 2 games in this new meta, and I just feel it. I feel it in my bones that it's MSU. Just with everything coming, everything dies so fast. I can't add Bastion Shield. I just don't know if it's like a super optimal use of 25 points. Maybe we could cut something else out and get more points there. Like we could potentially turn like, okay, 2 solo E-Champs. We turn 1 E-Champ into a Cal, and we give him 1 enhancement to run with a 5-man Hearthguard. So 5 Hearthguard have a character attached, and the other 2 squads of Hearthguards don't have anybody with them. And then we have 2 E-Champs that trade, and then there's 1 squad that's like slightly tougher. Maybe this is the one that like kind of lands center and baits out 2 units to trade into it. I didn't have room for any enhancements. Oh, man, dude, Jess, I want to see what you ran. Hold on, now you're getting me curious. Because I feel like I was pretty close to what you had going on here. Let's see. Oh my god, I was very close. Oh my god, dude, I was very close to what you were running. That's crazy. How do we... Oh man, how do I paste this? How do I get your list? Hold on. Oh, here, open in browser. There you go. Dude, I was very close to what you were building. That's crazy. Yeah, so you were running 3 E-Champs, Darkstar Axe Mass Hammers. You're running a Cal, 2 squads of Hearthguard Warriors, 3x5 Berserks, 3x5 Hearthguard. Dude, we were very close to having the same list. That is very funny. Very interesting. Y'all are just making Oathband lists from the start of the edition at this point. No. Yes, kind of, actually, yeah. I think, no, but like, here's the thing, man. I think like, listen, you ultimately, at the end of the day, Hearthband is always going to be worse than Oathband. And I think like, you want to just throw some things on the table, have a good time. Like, you want to take 10-man Hearthguards, like 30 Hearthguards. You totally could. And I think like, you would have fun. Like, even if you played into your friends, like, it would be a good game. It'd be a fun game. But I think like, just from like a meta perspective, if you're going to like a tournament or something like that, I just think like you need to play the game in terms of what it's demanding of you. And right now it's telling you, do not take big units. They're gonna die instantly. And I think that's why you gotta lean into this. It's also easier for token generation. There you go. Circle of Life, yeah. The other image is the deployment. Let's find your deployment image. Let's see. So Deep Strike, we got the E-Champs with the Hearthguard bricks. We have a Cal with 5 Hearthkin Warriors. And then deployed, you have 5 Berserks. Hey, you too, you had 5 Berserks on the table. There you go. Okay. Man, that's crazy. You had the Years, Hearthkin Warriors. Yeah, 1 squad on the table. 2 Pioneers, 4 Sagittars. And then inside the Saggies, you got the Cal with the 5 Hearthkin Warriors. You got 5 Hearthkin Warriors, then the 2 Berserks. Yeah. So I kind of think like for us to both come to this conclusion of like kind of like the style, there's obviously like little differences you can make for personal preference. I'm not a big fan of having a Cal attached to the Warriors, but I see it. I see the argument here. Like, makes them a lot tougher, makes them a little bit more flexible. They could deep strike all of a sudden. People aren't going to see that coming. You have a 4-up invuln, super annoying to get through. So I totally see where you're coming from with this. And I think 90% of our list is like, we got the right idea for what we need out of this detachment. So that's reassuring. I know I'm not completely crazy now for going for this. The game is demanding I ruin somebody's day with 30 Hearthguard because like, I already just spammed Sagis and Oathband. Yeah, fair. But how many times have you seen rapid fire plasma as an Oathband? It's 0. 0. See, I'm 10 steps ahead. I'm going to make my Hearthband list, run it as Oathband, and then when we get a real army rule in the Codex, I will be unstoppable. Yes, that is the strat. Okay, so we got to finish this list. We are stalling too much. So I think we keep these 5-man Berserks. I think we keep these 5-man Hearthguard. I think for now I'm going to test running the E-Champs with them. Maybe I will eventually move to the mass MSU because that gives us, how many like activations do we have right now? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 activations. Pretty good. And if we just take out like 1 Sagi and start a dude on the board, we have 140 points. 140 points is very awkward. $140 points. I ran a similar list against Necrons, took Matter, autocannons on the Sagis turned out pretty decent against invuln armies. What does the Matter cannon even do? Is it just the same one like on the Land Fortress? Yeah, 6 shots. Yeah, that's kind of cute. That's kind of cute, man. That's kind of cute. The AP one's a bit, but everything else is cool. Anything without an involvement in 3+ dice to 20 shots of lethals and rerolls. I'm already wounding most units on 2s. And I'm fine dealing. I'm trying to punch up on most vehicles and monsters because lethals. You should move your FaceTime over so we can see the whole list. Oh, am I actually blocking it? That's... You guys only tell me now. Whoops. Let's do that. Yeah, you're right. That should be better. Where did you guys go? There you are. All right. I like this. This I like. Everything here stays the same. My heart wants to get a 10-man brick in for the Hearthguard. I just don't think it's possible without sacrificing something I'd be like unwilling to lose. Much better. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Colin. Thanks, Colin. You guys should have let me know earlier. I would have moved it over. My bad. Yeah. So I think you got one more Saji, and then 25 points is like, ugh. I don't know. What do you guys think about this? What do you guys think? I think it's in a good spot. I think it's this last 25 points is a bit pesky. Your computer background, your dream bod. Ah, that is the Herculean physique, my dear friend. The peak Greek physique. Facts. Yeah. I wrote off the rapid fire strat to save for the others. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just the dream, just to pop like rapid fire on plasma. I just want to roll something different than Vulcanites. 10 mana of Hearthguard just became too hard to shoot with all of them. That's true too. I think I'm just struggling to fit this last 25 points. Like I like the list. I need to figure out like the last little configuration here. But I like this. Like this part here is all totally fine to me. I don't see any problems with it. I think it plays a good game. And then just for fun, if I free up 90 points, I got 115 more. I get a 6 Saji. I don't like 6 Sajis though. It's a bit heavy on that for a detachment that hits on 4s. Yeah. It's just a bit heavy. Yeah, too bad. If I had 10 more points, I'd turn one into a big brick just to try that out. But I think that's good. I like it. The +2 wound champion. Oh yeah, the +2. Yeah, we could do the +2 wound. We're 15 points shy. It's a bit ugly, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah, I suppose like we could take Bastion on. Like if I'm gonna attach a guy, like I might as well take Bastion. But I would rather have the lethal hits would be nice potentially. So we could always upgrade. We could always upgrade one E-Champ into a Cal, 10 more points, and then slap 10. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. 6 Sajis is the way. This is the way. You guys are killing me. You guys are killing me. I only own 5. I put an order in for 2 more, so I only own 5 Sajis. I'm not buying a 6 Saji. I'm going to wait for Wave 2 to come out, and then I'll get my Saji in whatever box it's bundled with. So we got 5 Sajis available to use. So this is what we're sticking with. But okay, so I think this is like good. So I think this is the core, and you have 25 points that's quite flexible. So you could do, I think there's an argument to be made that you could run this as is, and you take Bastion Plate on this, just attach him to the squads of Berserks, and that's a list, right? You run that, I think it's fine. You could do solo E-Champs and then give him Iron Skin, and then you're about 15 points down. It's a little bit low, but I think it's about as optimal as this list could get. You could also upgrade one of the E-Champs to be a Cal, and then that's going to bump you up to be more appropriately point cost in 2000. It's really just preference in terms of what character I think you want to lead the unit. And it also gives you access to 1 potential token generation and the lethal hits, which is nice. So I think this is quite flexible. You could run this build with the 2 bikes. You could drop 1, put the Saji in, and then you could just play around with the characters to get it going. You know what we could also do? Like, if we really wanted to, we get Uthar in. No, we can't get Uthar in. Why not? Oh, because I have Iron Skin. Boom. That could be a list too. You got 1 squad of Hearthguard that are unaccompanied, no character leading them. And then you have Uthar who walks around the board solo. He rides in a Sagittar at the start of the game. And that takes you to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 activations. That's actually kind of sweet. Think about how good of a buy it was years with the same list. Yeah, Jordan, you got some big mileage out of those Sagis for sure, man. I just got here, no land fortress, no clay, no land fortress. As much as it pains my heart, the land forts are out. They got one-shotted by Oath Annihilators, and I'm done with them. I don't think they're going to be good in this meta, man. Like, I think they just die too fast. Uthar lives. 19, nice. Yeah, so I think this is very flexible. Like, I actually think this is a solid core, and then there's like two pieces that, depending on like playstyle, you could kind of change around. If you want to go with like the pure MSU, you just detach these characters. Now you have 21 activations. That's not a heavy bike list, which is pretty sick. You can go a little bit lighter on bikes too and get a 6 Sagi if you want to do the Jordan way, or you could do the Uthar as a tech piece and run one squad of Hearthguard unaccompanied, or even you just throw Uthar with them if you really want to, but I think he's probably better alone as an action monkey. So yeah, I think this is actually like pretty solid, to be honest with you. Is there anything else I could change? Like maybe you drop one of the Sagis that's 115 points. Potentially, you could do that. You drop Uthar. Can you upgrade one squad to 10? Maybe. Are we cooking? Maybe. Drop a bike. Add a character like a Cal. Yeah, so this is Ray's list. This list is for Ray. We got him a 10 man, okay, Ray? So if you want to run, 50 points off now. Shoot. Never mind, Ray. Don't look. It's not for you. Never mind. I let you down, bud. Hold on. Let's return back to our point. So I think anyway, I think this is probably what I'm going to try out. This is like my core. And yeah, I think it's fine. I think it does like everything I need a Votann list to do. And I think it makes really good use of the new detachment. If he keeps President up on my list. Yeah. Well, listen, like, all that's different is the Cal attached to the Warriors. That's like the only thing that I'm not sold on. You can't sell me on that. I don't see it working. I don't know, man. I get it, like the 4-up, it makes them a little bit more annoying, like if someone shoots at them, but there's still just one wound. They're so squishy. Uthar, 2 champs, 2 Cals, 1 Wookieekin, 2 Warriors, 3x10 guard, 4 Sagis. Hold on. Okay, so listen, I'm going to rename this, hold on. I'm going to rename this list. This is like, test this. I'm gonna test this list out like this week. I'm gonna test this out. So actually, yeah, I'm gonna test this out this week. I'm gonna proxy my Sagittars and test that out. And then this list here is gonna be Ray's list. So this is Ray's dream. Okay, and we're gonna put, and Ray's gonna get 30 Hearthguard. Ray's going to get 30 Hearthguard in his list. He's going to get Cals leading all of them, okay? I'm not going to give him Cals leading all of them. That's an int. I'll give him 1 Cal leading them, and the rest get E-champs. And then he's super down on points. So we're going to drop the Berserks. We're going to drop a Pioneer. And then you get... you wanted Bastion Plate, you said, right? We're going to get you Bastion Plate. Hold on. How do we fit that? Oh, we don't need all these Sagittars anymore. So now we have 115 points. So now we could do... Now we'll get him... Hold on, Ray, hold on. I think what we're going to do now is we're going to give you Bastion Plate. And we're going to give you a cowl with multi-generator. Oh man, so close. So close. I thought the points would line up with that. This is your list, Ray. This is your list, okay? You're running. All right, Ray, you got 3 characters, okay? Listen up, bud. You're getting 2 E-champs. One of them is gonna have Iron Skin for an extra 2 wounds. You have a Cowl who has Bastion Shield, okay? You got 2 squads of 10 Warriors. You have 3 squads of 10 Hearthguard. They all have Plasmas. You could probably swap one of these to Vulcanites. We'll swap one to Vulcanites. Everybody else has Plasmas. You have 10 Jaegers, so you have some kind of mission play. You have 2x3 bikes. They're going to screen, so you don't have to bring your Hearthguard backfield. And then you got 3 Sagittars to split up your warriors perfectly. So 5 stay at home, and the rest are moving out on the board. So this actually looks very fun. It actually looks very... That is cursed. How is this cursed? This is your list. This is exactly what you want to play. This, I'm telling you, run this, you're going to have fun. I think this, I would actually run this if I had 10 more Hearthguard. This kind of looks like pretty cool, actually. It looks quite fun. But yeah, this is the opposite of MSU. This is like I am threat overloading you with 3 squads of Hearthguard, one of which might 6-inch Deep Strike. So I think that's pretty funny. This is getting close to my list too. There you go, Aki. You guys both get to run this list, and you let me know on the Discord how it goes, because I think it's actually quite fun. We have weirdly we have enough trading pieces with the Warriors and the Sagis, which is funny. Let's see, Jess AP1 as well, and the extra judgment if they die, and the Cal judgment in the command phase. Yeah, AP. Yeah. Okay, I see. So you just like. You get to instantly 2 times judge something, like if they attack that unit. Because the Cal probably lives at the end of the... takes like 2 activations to kill him, and then he gets to put his token up. Okay, I could kind of see that. That's not that bad. Okay, fine, hold on, let me copy it. Okay, I'll let you copy it. I'm going to post it here in chat, hold on. The loadouts, you're going to have to fix the loadouts up yourself. Just take what's most efficient. Oh, it's too big. I can't post it all. I'm gonna have to paste bin it. Hold on, I'll paste bin this for you, okay? Let's get a new paste. I'm gonna call it Ray Gun. It's the Ray Gun. All right. I like that. I like that name, actually. Here you go, Ray. Here's the Ray Gun list. That's yours. You run this, you let me know how it does, okay? Yeah, then the Hearthguard or Berserks follow up. Yeah, I do think, like, that's how this list plays. It plays control, it plays in waves, and then eventually, like, whatever hard-hitting unit you choose to be that follow-up, whether it's the Hearthguard or whether it's the Berserks, they get the benefit of the judgment tokens. Okay, so I like this. I think this works. I think I'm gonna test this out. Oh wait, this is not it. Whose list is this? This is Ray's list. Oh, did it override my list? That sucks. It overrode my list. Unfortunate. Ray's list has taken over the stream. Replace the bikes with 2 more Jaegers. Nah, no. Unnecessary. You don't have... Hear me out. Yeah, I agree, Jordan. 150 point Hearthguard firing, 10 plasmas is the way. Absolutely. I think that's what you do. You min squat it. I lost my list. That sucks. I'll make it again super fast. Why does this keep popping up? I don't know why. All day it's been happening. Yeah. What do you think about this list, Jordan? Do you think we're on the same wavelength here? I know you wanted the 6 Sagis, but I think this is a good compromise between speed and pressure. and trade. I think this works well. In your fevered dreams, does this list work? I feel like this is a bit of a gap. Like there's something we could do. I'm not opposed to starting 5 Berserks on the table if there's a way for me to fit something juicy in for 140 points. Like what can we take for 140 points here? Yeah. So, I mean, like, I don't know if you want to replace the bikes. I think the bikes are way more valuable because the Jaegers, you're just like, you're there to stop them from stopping your scouts. And you have, like, no Sagittars in your list because it's all Hearthguard. So you don't mind if they come close to you. I'm going to do a quick edit and just make your list slightly different. Okay. You could take my list. The one you didn't like, you could take it. Just looks like you could use 2 Kyles attached to 5-man warriors. No, you're crazy. You're crazy, but yeah, that would fit. Yeah, I think I'll go with this then. I'll rip this. I'm gonna try this list out. I'll test it out. I really want to get 10-man Berserks, but then we gotta get a land fort in. I really do not want to start doing that. 25 guard, 1 with Uthar. 25 guard's cute. You could do that. Okay, I think that's fine. I think that's good. And it's 11 o'clock, so that's actually perfect. I didn't get to build any of my Hearthguard, so I'll try to build these this week instead. 140 points is Thunderkin with a character. It is, but it's not. Are you posting this list anywhere? I could post it if you want. I could post it if you want to try it out and iterate on it. How can I share a PDF? Oh God, no, not a PDF. Pretty? No, it's a pretty PDF. Oh, that is pretty. Oh my God. Yeah, I'll post it. The list looks fine. Fine, he says. Fine. Wow. Okay. I'll try it out on my locals. Okay, I'll post it in the Discord. After the stream. Jordan, you're not in a fevered rage, a fevered excitement looking at this list, just like the incredible potential of giving up all of your incredible stratagems and token support in your main index to have rapid fire plasma guns on your Hearthguard? That's crazy. Share in the Discord. Yeah, I'll share it in the Discord. I'll do a paste bin for it. I'll post this over. I'll post it now, and again, just remember the loadouts are not 100% accurate. You'll have to fix them up as you see fit. Okay. Great. All right, so plan, I'm going to take this list. I'm going to play it for a week straight. I'm going to try to get like at least 5 games in with it against a couple different armies. And then I'm going to take it to an RTT. I'm going to iterate on it, and I'll take it to an RTT the end of the month is coming up a little too quick. I don't know if I'll have too much time to play after this week. I will try to potentially take it to an RTT at the end of this month, if possible. It's not 6-man Bolter Thunderkin. Of course it's fine. Yeah. Yeah. I wish that, dude, like 6-man Bolter Thunderkin would be cool if they had AP2. That's all they're missing. Just AP2 would be cool. See ya, Aki. Thanks again for the membership. Really appreciate it, bud. I'm going to try and see a lot of games with 30 Hearthguard. Yeah, you let us know in the Discord as well. Maybe, you know what, Ray? Maybe I'll do 1 game with 30 Hearthguard. I'll proxy them and just test it out and see how that goes. If you end up on my list, let me know. I'll let you know how the weekend goes. Yeah, let us know, Jess. Your RTT's this weekend, right? Keep us posted in the Discord and do a little write-up if you want in the battle report section. I'd be down to check that out. 6-man Bolter Thunderkin, future meta. You heard it here first. When that codex drops, Thunderkin are back. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. I think we'll end the stream here. We accomplished a lovely list together, and I feel pretty good about this. I'm like 90% in. There's like I'm gonna try to tweak it maybe a little bit more tonight, and then if I land on something different, I'll post that one as my updated one, and that's the list we'll go with to iterate on over the week, and I'll keep you guys updated on the Discord how it's going, and if I like it and if there's play with it. Uh, Chaos King, the dice and the hand. I will for sure unless I go 0-3. No, especially if you go 0-3. Let us know because then I'm not going to waste my time running this list. So if you go 0-3, let me know immediately. Jordan with the double ones, the unlucky casino. That double one is what happens on the SP conversion beamer 60% of the time. So that's a classic SP conversion beamer roll. All right, thanks guys. Really appreciate you all tuning in. Thanks for everybody who gifted memberships. Really appreciate it. If you're interested in becoming a channel member, please feel free to check out the link in the description below. Just join. You get a little access to a special Discord channel. It really means a lot. All the support for all the channel members that are in this call watching right now. Really appreciate all your support. Of course, would not be possible without you at all. And if you're interested in buying some minis, you could check out our sponsor for the channel, Card Brawlers. It's a store in Canada. They have an amazing inventory, really good competitive prices, and they offer international shipping, which is pretty nice. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really appreciate everybody talking and the chat super active tonight and all the support. And I'll keep you all posted on how this list performs and any tweaks I make. All right. Well, take care, guys. My fellow kin, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one.